today let us solve some of the problems from exercise 3.5, page number 62 of your textbook. See, actually there are about 4 problems, and the questions asked in the problem is: check whether the following pair of linear equations have exactly one solution, infinitely many solutions, or no solution. So how we have to check it, I'll tell you now. Now let us suppose that I am taking the first problem from exercise 3.5, page number 62, problem number 1. If at all I have to check whether these two equations are having a unique solution, or it is having infinitely many solution or no solution, how to find out? See, we have to compare the coefficients. Here nothing is there, means the coefficient of A1 value is 1. The coefficient of B1 here is -3. The coefficient of C1 here is -3. The coefficient of A2 here is 3. The coefficient of B2 is -9, and the coefficient of C2 is -2. Now the first step is write the equations, compare the coefficients, find the values of A1, B1 and C1, A2, B2, C2, then compare the ratios. For example, here A1 by A2 will be 1 by 3, B1 by B2 -3 divided by -9. So -3 divided by -9, minus cancels with minus, 3 ones are 3 and 3 threes are 9. So the ratio of B1 and B2 is 1 by 3. Let us see the ratio of C1 and C2. C1 is -3, C2 is -2. If I take the ratio of C1 and C2, minus cancels, so what I get is the ratio of C1 and C2 is 3 by 2. Now if I comparing A1 by A2, B1 by B2 and C1 by C2, let us see what we get. A1 by A2 is 1 by 3, B1 by B2 is 1 by 3, but C1 by C2 is 3 by 2. That means A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, but it is not equal to C1 by C2. So what I can say is A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, but is not equal to C1 by C2, and therefore the result is it has no solution. The result is it has no solution. So same as we did in the previous 2 exercises. Now again same problem. Here we are given with a set of equations. Now here the problem is little bit tricky, because the given problem is not in the standard form. See here, plus 20, he has given equal to 20. I told you, always whenever an equation is given, put it in the standard form. So what I did is, in order to put it in the standard form, I have transferred this plus 20 to minus 20. Plus 40 I have transferred to minus 40, or rather I can say transpose is the right word. Now it becomes it is converted into a standard form. Once it is converted into a standard form, then the same method has to be applied. Compare the coefficient. A1 is 3, B1 is -5, C1 is -20, A2 is 6, B2 is -10, and C2 is -40. So what I got here is, I have found the ratios of values of A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2. Now let me compare the coefficients. See, A3 by 6, A1 by A2 means 3 by 6. So 3 by 6, that means it is 1 by 2. Ratio of 3 and 6 is 1 by 2. B1 by B2, B1 is -5, B2 is -10. So -5 divided by -10. So again this cancels here, 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. Then again next one, C1 by C2, that is -20 by minus 40. Compare the coefficients, it is again 1 by 2. So what I am getting here is the value of A1 by A2 is 1 by 2, the value of B1 by B2 is 1 by 2, the value of C1 by C2 is 1 by 2. So if you find the coefficients of A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, and when you are finding the ratios of all the three, what you are finding is all the three are having the same values, that is 1 by 2. So when you compare, what is that you are getting is A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2, and therefore the conclusion that I can draw is A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. That's why infinitely many solutions. That means if you try to solve this equation, you are going to get many solutions. If you are trying to solve this problem, then you are going to get no solution at all. So that is the meaning of the this one. Exactly one solution, infinitely one solution, and no solution. So when you compare it, that means what I want to tell you is, without solving the problem itself, if you are able to trace out, if at all you are able to remember these conditions or interpretations, you can tell well in advance what type of pair of linear equations or solutions we are going to get. So here what I get is A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. So as per the condition, it is having infinitely many solution. Infinitely many solution. Now this is the, so I have solved first problem. Second problem, let us see the third problem. When the problem is already given in standard form, you need not take tension. Directly you can solve the problem. But if it is not given in standard form, then you need to convert it in the standard form, and then only you solve it. That is a golden rule that always you should remember. Now this is A1x, so I will write it as, the coefficient is here 1, A1 is 1. Now if you compare the coefficient of B1, it is minus 3. If you compare the coefficient, it is minus 7. Again, if you compare the coefficient here, A2 is 3. Now again, if you compare it here, it is minus 3. If you compare it here, then C2 is minus 5. So minus 15, sorry, minus 15. So again the same method I have applied. What I have done is, from the given equations, I have found out the coefficients of x, y and xy there also, and also C1 value I have found out. Now let me compare the coefficients. Let me find out the ratios of them. Let me take A1 by A2 is equal to what? A1 by A2 is 1 by 3. Let me take the ratio of B1 by B2. If I take the ratio of B1 by B2, B1 is here minus 3 and B2 is minus 3. So minus and minus cancels here. This is 1 by 1. So it is 1 by 1. Now I can see here directly that the ratio of A1 by A2, the ratio of A1 by A2 is not equal to the ratio of B1 by B2. So therefore I can say it has exactly one solution. It has exactly one solution. Now in some books they are also calling it as unique solution. That word is also correct. Unique means only one. So unique solution is also right word. Now the next question that you may ask is, sir, C1 by C2 is equal to minus 7 by minus 15. Then why didn't you find it out? See children, I need not find out, because once I see that A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, immediately I am satisfying the first condition is satisfied, and when the first condition is satisfied, I need not try the remaining second and third condition. Here in these two problems, what was happening is A1 by A2 was equal to B1 by B2. That's why I tried to find out whether it is equal to C1 by C2 or it is not equal to C1 by C2. So when first and second are equal, then you have to see the third one. Here first and second are equal, but it is not equal to third one, and that's why no solution. In the second problem, what I did is, first and second are equal, so I tried the third one and it is also equal to third one. So dear children, I have solved 3 out of 4 problems, and all the 3 problems are of different varieties. First condition, all the 3 condition problems I have solved exactly one solution also I have solved, infinitely many solutions also I have solved, and no solutions also I have solved. So the remaining problems, I want that solved examples and remaining problems. You should try to do it yourself as homework. Now, in exercise number 3.5, page number 62, in the second question, the first bit says, for what values of A and B does the following pair of linear equations has infinite number of solutions? And the equations are 2x plus 3y is equal to 7, a minus b into x plus a plus b into y is equal to 3a plus b minus 2. Now you see here children, the first thing that most of the students blunder they make is they never put the linear equation into variable in standard form. First thing is you should always put it in standard form. How to do it? See, 2x plus 3y minus 7 equal to 0. It is a compulsory you have to do it. Now compare it. A1 is equal to 2, B1 is equal to 3 and C1 is equal to minus 7. Here again they are not put it in standard form, so let me put it in standard form. A minus b into x plus a plus b into y minus of 3a plus b minus 2 is equal to 0. Now again I will compare the coefficients. A2 is equal to a minus b, B2 is equal to a plus b, and C2 is equal to minus of 3a plus b minus 2. Now children, we have found the values of A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, and the question reads, the equation already has infinite number of solutions, and we know that conditions for infinite number of solutions is, we already know it, A1 by A2 should be equal to B1 by B2 should be equal to C1 by C2. This condition we already know it. We already have this condition with us. So I am using this condition. In the previous problems, they used to give the equations and they used to ask you what kind of solutions they are having. But in this problem, they have already given that it is having infinitely many solutions. You need not have to find out the nature of solution. Nature of solution is already given to you. And when nature of solution is already given to you, you have to use the condition that is given. If infinite solution is given, use this condition. If no solution is given, then use this condition. Use this condition. If one solution is given, use the first condition. So depending upon what type of condition is given, that condition we have to use. Now here condition for infinite solution is A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. Now you see here, the value of A1 here is 2, and the value of A2 is A minus B. Here the value of B1 is 3, the value of B2 is A plus B. The value of A1 is 2, the value of A2 is A minus B. The value of B1 is 3, the value of B2 is A plus B. And the value of C1 is minus 7, and the value of C2 is minus of 3A plus B minus 2. And this minus can get cancelled with this minus. So I am left out with this equation. Now for the first time what I will do is I will consider these two, first and the last, and next time I will consider the second and the third. So what I will do is I will consider this one. See, what is it? 2 by A minus B is equal to 7 by 3A plus B minus 2. Let us see what happens. 2 3s are 6. 2 into 1 is 2B minus 4. this if I substitute, this if I multiply, then this is 7a minus 7b. Again, if I further simplify, if I transpose this 7a towards the left side, then 6a minus 7a. 6a minus 7a is minus of a, and plus 2b is already there. If I transpose 7b here, then 2b plus 7b is 9b. I will transpose this 4 towards the right side, then it will become plus 4. So I will call it as first equation or equation number A. What I have done, let me repeat here. According to the given conditions, I have substituted the values. Then I have considered the first one and the third one, and then I have cross multiplied. 2 3s are 6, 2 into b is 2b, 2 into 2 is 4, and this 7a minus 7b. After transposing here, 6a minus 7a is minus a, plus 2b plus 2b plus 2b plus 7b is 9b, and minus 4 I have transposed towards the right side. Now this is the equation number A. Now let us consider 2 by a minus b is equal to 3 by a plus b. In the first case, we have considered the first and last. Even if you want, you can consider the second and the third also. Now in the second case, I am considering first and the second equations. Now if I cross multiply, then this becomes 2 into a is 2a plus 2b. 2a plus 2b is equal to 3a minus 3b. 2a plus 2b is equal to 3a minus 3b. Now if I transpose this towards this side, then let us see what I get. See, this one will become 2a minus 3a will become minus 1a. 2a minus 3a will become minus 1a. And this will become 2b plus 3b will become plus 5b. Or I can say that minus is equal to 0. So minus a is equal to minus 5b. So plus a will be equal to plus 5b. If minus a is equal to minus 5b, then plus a will be equal to plus 5b. Now if I substitute the value here, I am using substitution method here. So if I substitute the value of a as 5b, I will write as equation number b. If I substitute equation b in a, then what will happen is minus 5b plus 9b is equal to 4. So minus 5b plus 9b will be equal to 4b. So 4b equal to 4, that means b is equal to 1. And if b is equal to 1, I will put this here. A is equal to 5 into 1, that is 5. So finally what I have got is a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 1.